Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Presley, and in this video today, I'm going to be giving you my full review for the New 52 Batman run, so let's get right into it. Now this review is going to cover the entire series, all 52 issues of the Batman run, written by Scott Snyder and drawn mainly by Greg Capullo, and this is an amazing book. From front to back, from volumes 1 to 10, there's so many consistently great stories throughout here, with some very great, consistent artwork from Greg Capullo. Even though he's not one of my personal favorites, it serves the story well. I think this Batman book is amazing. It starts off with the Court of Owls, which in my opinion is the best arc in this entire series. Volumes 1 and 2, Court of Owls and City of Owls. That storyline is dark. It's disturbing. There's a lot of great panels in there of the court pushing Batman to his limits. Absolutely adored it. And then we immediately moved into a Joker book where he tries to capture a lot of the Batman family. Also great. Then we move into Zero Year, which is like the origin of Batman for the New 52, where he's taken on the Riddler, who has taken over the city and kind of brought destruction to it. So the first 5 arcs are super great, super consistent. I gave all of them a 4.5 stars or higher. The 2 Court of Owls books I did give a 5 because it's great. And then we kind of slowed down a little bit with volume 6, which is just a collection of like one-shots here and there. Like one of them takes place between a Zero Year book and another one is just a standalone like prison story. It's not that great. But then volume 7, we get the return of Joker in Endgame. So he's back. He's meaner and badder than ever. And you really feel the weight of every decision that Batman has to make because Joker is so dangerous. And then we move into volume 8, which takes over with Jim Gordon being Batman because Bruce Wayne has disappeared. So that's been really fun as well. And then volume 9 deals with what 8 was dealing with, which is the introduction of this new villain, Bloom. Loved it. And then volume 10, I thought was really amazing. It deals with Batman kind of needing to protect Gotham, but Gotham actually for once in a lifetime does not need protecting that night. I think it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful wrap up. And there's so many amazing plot lines throughout this book. One of them being Bruce Wayne kind of knows what he's doing is going to kill him, but he still does it anyway because he knows that Gotham needs a Batman. I love that. I love his sense of duty and justice throughout this book. I think Scott Snyder does an amazing job recognizing this and making Bruce Wayne a very likable, but also a very misunderstood character at times because nobody understands really why he's pushing himself so hard. They understand what he's doing it for, but they don't really understand why he himself is putting all that pressure on himself. And I think it's great. It makes for a beautiful character study. Now, one thing I would have liked to have seen a little bit more throughout this book is some more of the Bat family. We got 1 or 2 issues here and there with Nightwing or Red Robin or Damian and even a little bit of Batgirl, but we didn't really see them come together. And I know that Batman, specifically the comic, is not typically when you see the Bat family, it's more like Detective Comics and their own solo stories. But seeing them come together for maybe 1 or 2 of these full volumes to fight like the Court of Owls or fight Joker would have been really great. But this book mainly focuses on Batman, which is not a problem to me. I think it was great. But maybe a couple more team-ups would have been nice. Now, one thing I did find really interesting about this entire run is that Scott Snyder wasn't afraid to rewrite the mythos a little bit by making Bruce Wayne a clone of himself consistently throughout the years. So that way Batman is always a presence in Gotham. I thought that was an interesting take because, you know, everybody's always been like, wait, Bruce Wayne has been around for so long. How is he not dead? We find out here that he's been cloning himself so that he can impart the next Bruce Wayne with all of Batman's ideologies and all of his beliefs so he can become the next Batman, and that way there's always a protector in Gotham. I thought that was interesting. At first when I was reading it, I was like, that seems a little bit weird, but then it makes sense and you understand why he's doing it because he just wants to ensure that there's always safety where the people he loves lives. But yes, overall, about the artwork, I didn't think that Greg Capullo's artwork was going to be the most amazing, but I did really like it. Throughout the book, I thought it was consistent. There weren't any issues in here by Greg Capullo where I was like, wow, that looks bad, because he has great up-close detail work, but then he has great landscape work as well. He draws buildings beautifully, he draws skylines beautifully, and he draws action beautifully. I love how dark he shades Batman in a lot of this book too, a lot of this series, because he feels very menacing, very scary, and overall, I think Greg Capullo's artwork just serves the story beautifully. Altogether, I give this series a 9.5 out of 10, or about a 4.5, 4.75 stars out of 5. I thought it was amazing. It's one of the best series in the New 52, And if I had to rank it, I wouldn't be able to do that at the moment because it is really difficult, but I will come out with that video soon. I'd probably put it either slightly under or at the same level as the Justice League book. I thought it was great. It was amazingly consistent throughout, and except for volume 6, I thoroughly enjoyed every single volume in here. So thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you have read the Batman New 52 series. If you have read it, what are your thoughts about it? Did you love it or did you despise it? I'm not sure. If you haven't read it, I would highly, highly recommend it. This is a beautiful, beautiful jumping on point for the Batman. You don't have to know anything prior because they actually set up a lot of the story here, so you can jump right in. But thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you guys later.